welcome back to my channel. I am ritadashash. Today we will be decorating a simple cake with the rosette style with the Wilton 1M tip. So stay tuned. I will be talking you through as to what I do and how I assemble my cakes, and let's get started. All right, so I take my 9-inch offset spatula, I take a little bit of frosting and smooth it out onto the cake board so that the cake has something to adhere to as time goes on, and so that the cake doesn't slip and slide everywhere. Little pro tip there. And I'm taking my 6-inch strawberry cake layer, and I'm going to use my ice cream scoop. I normally use a scoop to measure out how much frosting I'm going to use per layer, so I try to keep it even as possible so that the frosting doesn't bulge out, nor does the cake slip and slide. I'm going to take that and smooth it all over. So I took a little bit more only because I saw that I wanted it to be real thick, you know, just a little thick, you know, that's it. So I'm going to smooth it out to the ends, make sure that it's a nice even layer. And also another thing is that I did not trim my cakes like I should have, but I'll show you how I did my other ones. I'm going to take my 6-inch and place it on top. Make sure that it's even on both sides. And I'm going to repeat the same process as I did for the first layer. Boom. Okay, I don't know why I stopped. Speed it up. Speed it up. Speed it up. All right. So yeah, as I'm frosting the sides, I am bringing it down to the onto the side as well, as you can see, so that, you know, most of my excess has something else, and, you know, it's a nice little crumb coat. Oh, so now you see that my cake is a little bit too much open air, so I'm going to take it off like a pro, and I'm going to cut off the top because it's a little domed over and I want it to lay flat. So I'm going to move the cake up, and I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to gently slice off the top evenly. Now, this is a very pro tip. If you do this a lot, you should be fine. If you don't, I do suggest a cake leveler or doing this beforehand so that you don't have to do this now. So I'm going to press it back on, and you see how it's perfectly laid. Well, not really perfect, but you see that there's not a lot of air as it once was. So now I'm going to take the frosting and I'm just going to push it into the inside so that the cake doesn't bulge over or slide. So I'm going to just pretty much stick it in place. Some more. All right, so I'm gonna move it back into the frame so that you can see it frosted and stuff. And now this time I'm gonna take like 3 scoops. Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 scoops, and I'm going to shift it off to the side to where it needs it the most. So this is why I started frosting the sides from like 2 layers up and 1 layer up, because I knew that I didn't want to use too much time frosting the sides of my cake. And also that I work with cold cakes, so I put my cakes in the freezer so the frosting firms up a lot quicker. And also, because it's a crumb coat, I normally don't really put too much effort into it. Here's why. Because I'm doing a rosette, the foundation is always solid, true, but you can have a little bit of air pockets. Oh, I'm going to take my bench scraper. I wasn't looking. I'm going to take my bench scraper and smooth it around the cake. Normally pros do it in one swipe, but I'm not there yet. I'm going to take off the excess, and I'm just going to smooth it around. But like I said, the base coat, you just want to make sure that everything is covered so that there is nothing showing. Another thing is that I normally put it in the fridge to firm up some more, but I was running a little late, so I just did it all through. But like I said, because my cake was cold to touch, the frosting firmed up a lot quicker. So I just took off my excess and wiped it off. And we're done with the crumb coats. So I'm going to take my Wilton 1M tip and my piping bag, and I'm going to cut open the bottom respectfully. Not too big of a cut. I prefer little by little than just too big, because sometimes it'll just fall through and cause a mess. So I'm going to do that. And the color we're doing today is, as you can see, pink. So I'm going to take my frosting. I'm going to take my 16-inch bag. I do recommend 16 inches only because you can hold a lot more frosting, and you can mix the color within the bag instead of doing it outside of the bag. So because I'm doing ombre, I'm going to take a good amount of frosting, and I'm going to take a good amount of food color gel, my pink food color gel, and I'm going to mix it within the bag so that it's a really deep pink color. So watch and see. Learned this trick while I was working at Publix, guys. Look at this. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Boom, 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 boom. Be feeling like a pro when I do this. Look at that. I'm a magician. So I'm gonna slide it all the way down. Add my pressure, make my ease. Okay, guys, make your ease as firm as possible. Because this is ombre, I'm not starting from the bottom up. I'm just gonna go all the way around because that's how they wanted their cake. And just gonna take my pink and move it all. Hey girl, move my pink and move it all the way around. So I'm doing this disproportionately because I want it to look like, oh, like, wow, how'd you do all of that? You know, like no one really knows, like, oh my God, how'd you get it like that? But it's levels to this. So I'm taking my frosting until the very, very end, and I'm gonna wait until like I have a little bit left so that I can add more frosting to it and make a lighter pink. So we start with a really deep pink. We're gonna open the bag back up, add some more frosting. See, a little bit of pink left. We're gonna add some more frosting. Mind you guys, your hands will get a little messy because the frosting is at the top, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. So I also want to take enough so that I'm not, like, I don't have a lot of frosting left over, and I don't have a lot of white, because I want to make sure that the cake stays like a lot of different shades of pink. So I added like a drop of pink color food gel, and I'm going to mix it off to the side because the color was seeping from the top. I didn't want it to get on my shirt or me. So I'm going to take the last few bit of the pink, and it's going to mesh so well, as you can see. Of course, you know, you have the air socket, so you have to be mindful as to where you do that. So I'm taking my ease all the way around, and where I see like there's too much of a fine space where a rosette can't fit, I normally just put like a stripe, like a cute little stripe. I think you can see one from where I go. And it's just like a fill-in socket. So I think I'm going to do this one more time. Yes, I'm going to take some more frosting, but this time I'm not going to add any food color gel. I'm just going to take the white frosting and let it do its thing. So it's going to be like a hue of pink and white. Mix up what's left, and then that will be my lightest shade of pink. And I'll just continue until I'm done with that, and then I will take a new piping bag and use white and fill in the rest. Let's get into these eyebrows, y'all. I'm off topic, I'm sorry. But while you're here, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I have more decorating videos coming, and I can't wait to talk to y'all for real, guys. All right. Look at that girl. She's just working. She's just working. Look at her. So yeah, like I said, I'm taking my new frosting tip. I think this is a 2D tip. Actually, yeah, it is a 2D tip. And I'm going to take the rest of my frosting, which is pure white, and I'm going to fill in the rest of the cake where it's empty of spots and fill in my rosettes. So I'm going to do that and be done. All right, so now I'm just gonna take a little bit of disco glitter and just, sprinkle it around, just to add a little bit of glitz and glam when the flash hits the cake. It has a nice little sparkle flare to it, if you want to use it for a little TikTok, you can do that too. Also, I'm taking this Amazon Happy Birthday pick. You can order it on Amazon. They come in 5 in a pack for I think $9. They add a cute little, paillage to the cake. I'm just taking off the plastic off both sides, so be mindful of that. And it's nice and shiny. And we're gonna take our time and just slide it in there. And voila. There goes the finished product. Thank you for coming. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next week. Bye.